Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about last night's episode of NXT, June 17th, 2025 edition of NXT. There were some interesting things I will say that happened on this show here. We had four separate singles matches. I believe they were calling it like Evolution Eliminator to determine a Fatal 4 match that's going to happen next week, and the winner of that will go on to face the NXT Women's Champion, JC Jane, at Evolution, or depending on if JC Jane is still the champion, which is why I was going to pause there, because I actually have a theory that she could lose the title before Evolution to Mariah May, now known as Blake Monroe, before Evolution even happens. So the winner of the Fatal 4 match could potentially go on to face her instead, but we'll get into that here later. First off, we kicked off with one of the matches, with one of the women's matches, with Jada Parker and Thea Hale. Jada Parker defeated Thea Hale. And then we had Lash Legend defeat Kalani Jordan for one of the other matches. And then this was interesting. We had a segment with the D'Angelo family, or if you can even call them a family at this point. I've been very interested in this storyline. I've expressed that when I've talked about NXT before. I've been really enjoying these segments. And Luca Crucifino was trying to prove that Tony D'Angelo could trust him, but then he accidentally ends up hitting him in the face instead. So can we really trust him? That's the question, because I still don't think I can trust him, but we'll see how that's looking in the weeks to come. And then we had a six-man tag team match with the team of Josh Briggs, Yoshiki Inamura, and Elijah taking on the TNA World Champion Trick Williams, Wesley, and AJ Francis in a six-man tag team match. And surprisingly, Yoshiki Inamura actually pinned the TNA champion Trick Williams to win the tag team match. And originally that makes you wonder, okay, well, he deserves a TNA title match, right? But then later on in the night, we find out that he actually is going to give the opportunity to Josh Briggs instead. So that sets up a TNA title match next week between the champion Trick Williams defending it against Josh Briggs. And I believe Yoshiki Inamura also mentioned that he might want to go after the NXT champion, so we might see him versus Obafemi in a match soon. That could be interesting. And then we had Izzy Dame defeat Zarya, which by far was the most shocking result of the night. I know they've been pushing Izzy Dame here lately, and also what happened to Brooke Shenson, by the way, because like Izzy Dame just kind of kicked Brooke Shenson out of the calling, and I know they gave us an explanation, but it's still kind of weird. I think Brooke Shenson's probably about to get fired from the WWE any day now, which sucks to see because I actually kind of liked him, but and also it makes you wonder, will the calling get a fourth member? Do they need four members, or are they just going to stick with these three? My theory is that Izzy Dame is possibly trying to recruit Tatum Paxley to the group, but we still don't know for sure yet, so we'll have to see in the coming weeks. And then we had the final women's Evolution Eliminator match between Jordan Grace and Lola Vice. This was actually a really good match, and Lola Vice almost got the win with a spinning kick, like her MMA background and all that, with her back fists and her kicks and all that stuff. She hit that, and she almost got the win over Jordan Grace, but it didn't matter because Jordan Grace ended up picking up the W, like we all figured. And then we had the main event segment with the new NXT signee, the hottest free agent signee for NXT as of lately, Blake Monroe, formerly known as Mariah May, who I keep calling her on accident, I know. But I got to get used to calling her Blake Monroe, just like how Ricky Starks changed his name to Ricky Saints. I've already gotten used to that. And I'm sure there's been some other name changes I'm forgetting. But yeah, like stuff like that. I just have to get used to it over time. So yeah, Blake Monroe signed her NXT contract, so she is now an official member on the NXT roster, and Fatal Influence comes out to try to spoil that said contract signing segment, that debut for Blake Monroe, and they actually end up putting her through the table. I can't show the clip, but if you want to see the clip, go to WWE's official social media apps, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, don't matter. Go to their official social media and you'll find it there. But that's going to do it for this video today. Also, I know we have a Heritage Cup match scheduled between Stax and Noam Dar next week, which will also be interesting. And also, I want to mention real quick that I plan to possibly live stream NXT next week. Now that I'm officially all caught up on NXT from last week and also this week, I plan to possibly be live streaming NXT Watch Along if you guys are interested in joining me next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. I will try to be there. But that's going to do it for this video today. I love you all. Take care and peace out. See you in another video.